Hello everyone and welcome to the finale episode of Let's Play New Super Mario Bros. DS. In the last episode, we defeated what we assumed was the final castle of the game, but obviously I had spoiled that from like halfway through the series. It wasn't the final castle. Today we're going to take on the final castle. But before we can do that, we need to defeat one last level, World 8-8, then one last mini castle, World 8 Mini Castle 2, and we need to die a very embarrassing death first. And then we can finally go to Bowser's final castle and annihilate his shit. Also, remember last episode when I said I remember there being a volcano eruption? That might have been 2 episodes ago. I think that was last episode. That's this level, I think. I also just realized that I went to the grocery store to go get breakfast and toothpaste because my toothpaste is almost all used up. And I got breakfast and like I got some cookies because it's like those cookies look very nice. I want them in my mouth and my belly. And I did not get toothpaste, so I need to go back after recording this episode to get toothpaste. But do you ever like, okay, this is gonna be like very like anxiety and weird maybe for a lot of people, but I've got 2 kind of things that I do when I go to the grocery store, which I feel really, oh my god, that was a very short level. Could have totally done that at the end of last episode. The first one of which is sometimes I go to the grocery store and I, like, when I load everything onto, like, the cash register, it looks like an adult doing grocery shopping. It's, like, just, like, things for dinner and breakfast, and there's, like, a loaf of bread and like, some like, peanut butter, some meat, some deli meats, and there'll be, like, just like something for dinner. I'm thinking about like what could I give, so like hamburgers. There'll be like burgers and then there'll be buns and like normal grocery store shopping. But sometimes I just go to the grocery store for like there'll be like a loaf of bread and then I'll pick up like a lot of sweet stuff like cookies and or cake or what else do I have at the moment? I actually don't have that much at home at the moment, but sometimes it'll be like, most of the things I get, I just realize for like eating are very like typically not American. I don't want to say typically Dutch, but they're probably like fairly European. But okay, chocolate. Chocolate is a worldwide thing. I'll get some chocolate, like a bar of chocolate or like a package of Mars bars or like Snickers or something like that, right? You have those in the US, don't you? You do. I know you do. They are American. We got them from you. So, and there will be like 1 loaf of bread, which is like €1 or €1.20, depending on the type of loaf you got, because yeah, we have different priced breads. And then there will be like $10 worth of like candy and sweet stuff. Or like a bag of potato chips as well. And I can't help but feel like the people working at the store, I mean, it doesn't happen just like every day, but it happens regularly enough to the point where I recognize the people working there. And I am sure by now they recognize me as well as the guy who gets more like sweet stuff than actual food a lot of the time. And I'm thinking like they are silently judging me. They are. And I'm aware and I don't mind, but they are. So sometimes I'm like, should I get this because this looks real bad? And honestly, the real answer is yes, of course you should get it. If you want it and you can afford it, you should get it. Why the fuck do I care about what this random ass person that doesn't do anything with their life other than work at a grocery store care about, like, what they think about me? Why should I care? The answer is you shouldn't. It literally doesn't matter. But then the other thing that happens to me is when I, just like I mentioned before a minute ago, when if I get something at the grocery store, I'll go to a different grocery store to get the thing I forgot. Because I feel very weird and awkward going to a grocery store, like paying and like leaving, and then like 2 hours later coming back, and there's gonna be people there which were there working 2 hours ago, and in my mind they're gonna recognize me and they're gonna think I'm weird for coming back so soon. Again, they probably don't even like care about that stuff or recognize me. That being said, certain cashiers have stopped asking me if I want receipts because I just keep saying no every single time. So they definitely do recognize you to a point. So they'd probably recognize me, like, weren't you just, like, in here? And they probably wouldn't say it, they probably wouldn't think much of it, but it's still something that goes on in my head, and I literally would go to a different store, and when I'm going to finish this recording session, and I go get toothpaste, because I forgot to get toothpaste, and I prefer to get toothpaste before I fully run out, because then I have to go to the grocery store with my mouth smelling like shit. So I'm gonna go to a different grocery store to get toothpaste. I can't be the only one that does that, right? We're on the internet, we're all like anxiety-filled wrecks. I can't be the only one that does that. Can I? I feel like I can. I feel like I might be the only one that does. I don't care about the fire flower, honestly. Just get me to the end of the level. Because I think we're close to the end of the level, and it's just Bowser Jr., and if I have a fire flower, I can... Oh my god, I had an itchy nose. I can take care of him rather easily anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. Okay, this is kind of like a cool part of the level, I'll admit that much. It's also kind of tricky to avoid that boulder, or like that spike ball, the way I just did. So I kind of feel a little bit proud of myself. Okay, itchy nose, what the fuck is wrong with you? You have such bad timing. Do you ever get an itchy nose with good... Oh my god! Oh my fuck! Okay. The most difficult level in the game so far. Because I'm not paying attention mostly. Also, I have a little bit like sweaty hands. It's hot in here. I've had my window closed like most of the day because... I usually sleep with my window open because I like it not being too hot when I'm asleep, and when I'm asleep, like my body gets like hot, and I like a little bit of like cool air to cool me off. So sleeping during the summer is actually hell for me. But it's been like rather windy lately, and that means that sometimes when I'm asleep, the window gets blown shut, which isn't that big of a deal, obviously, but then I wake up and I'm like feeling very, very like almost like I'm feeling like fever temperatures, which I probably don't have a fever, but I feel very hot and I'm sweating a lot, and as a result I'm also very thirsty, and it's just not a good way to wake up. So but that happened. And that also means that my room is a fairly hot temperature. At least hotter than it would be usually. So I opened my window a little bit, but and then I went to go grocery shopping, obviously. I got myself those cookies and those potato chips, and what else did I get? I got myself breakfast. That was what I was getting, breakfast, and not toothpaste, clearly. I guess it's fine without a fire flower. So then I go back, and when I record, I close my window as well. Because obviously I want to have as much sound from the outside isolated as possible. So closing my window is a very good way to do that. And then also closing my blinds because it absorbs at least part of the sound from the outside. And then I also have like this filming light, which is... It's not a tungsten light, luckily, because that would actually be hell, having a tungsten light. Like, I'm touching it now. It's just like a softbox daylight light, right? So it doesn't get that hot, but it still is a light bulb, and it still does produce heat, and it still is rather bright. So as a result, it still like gives off a a noticeable amount of heat over a longer period of time. And I've been recording for 45 minutes at this point, so yeah, the temperature in the room has gotten a little bit higher, like not by entire degrees Celsius, but like maybe 1 or 2 degrees Fahrenheit. Maybe less, but it's, I don't know. I can definitely feel a difference when that light is on versus when it's off over like a period of an hour with the window shut closed. So I don't even know what made me talk about this in the first place. The fact that I'm feeling like warm, because I am, but I don't know why I was talking about that. See, sometimes I just like start rambling on and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm just like waiting for this fucking like snake block train to get to the place where I died before, so that I can actually focus and not die this time around. That would be fucking great. Thank you. And then we can kill Bowser Jr. and move on to the end of the game, which is going to be fairly long as far as like episodes go. This might be the longest episode in the series, which makes sense because it's the last episode, and usually I make the last episodes longer specials, which I've been doing less so lately. With lately, I mean since my return, because looking back over like analytics, nobody actually watches that far into those videos, so why would I make it into one longer video if nobody's going to watch it anyway? Like 10% of people do at most. So at that point, might as well just make 2 videos out of it and have people watch more total content. That's just like, I know it's easy to get stuck in numbers, and you should think about the people watching and not the numbers watching. But numbers don't lie, right? The statistics don't lie. Statistics, like, literally, it shows you the behavior of people. And honestly, I am a huge believer in those kind of statistics. No better what people want than people themselves. Like, advertising in the modern day, a lot of advertisers probably know what you want before you know you want it. So they can advertise into things that are playing like a very small role in your life at the moment, just because they have so much fucking data on you. And the same kind of goes with YouTube analytics. If people on one hand side say, we want this, but this other thing gets more views and retention time, clearly that is what you want. And that might be a different group of people, but obviously as a content creator, you're always going to lean more so towards the thing that pleases the most amount of people, because you're never going to be able to please everyone, right? Especially with a channel with like different kinds of content. I'm very happy that some people give me as a personality an importance, and as such, people that might not have like been into tower defense games or like more casual games started watching Plants vs Zombies, and as a result of that, Plants vs Zombies was actually a fairly successful Let's Play, especially since it was not Pokemon related. And the same kind of goes up with this Mario Brothers Let's Play, right? Because definitely, usually Pokemon gets the most amount of views, but this Mario Let's Play, especially over the last couple of episodes that have gone up as of me recording this, has been getting a decent amount of views, which is really nice. Like, one episode got 25 views, which might sound like absolutely pathetic, but like as far as videos that were recently uploaded to my channel, like just as far as subscription-based views go, and I don't know if it was all subscription-based, I should look into the analytics for that, if there's like something going on there with search results just after being uploaded, because my vidIQ extension tool does say that my New Super Mario Bros. When you Google New Super Mario Bros. DS, my Let's Play videos get a fairly high search ranking there. So maybe you're watching this now and you found me through searching Google or YouTube searching for this game, in which case, welcome! Don't get too comfortable with Mario content, because I don't do too much Mario content. But yeah, so it's not as if I only care about the numbers, but the numbers do represent people, right? So higher numbers means more people, and more people is generally a good thing, I'd say. Not because I just like the higher numbers. I'll readily admit to you, I am very what's the word I'm looking for here? Very susceptible to like the dopamine hit higher numbers give you. Because Clicker Heroes, for instance, I got way too many hours in that game. Clicker Heroes is so fucking addictive for me. While I am aware it's like it's not a good game. It's barely even a game. I could talk a lot about that, actually. People say Clicker Heroes and Clicker games are not games. I disagree. I think Clicker games are, in ascension, like the most distilled version of what a video game is. You click a button, a number goes up. That is what video games are. You click a number, something happens on screen, to make you feel good. That is what video games are, that's what they've always been, and that's what they'll always be. So I think Clicker Heroes is not even just like not a video game. Not a video game. So I don't even think it's just like, yeah, it is a video game. I think it is the most video game. Not saying it's the best video game, but it's like, if you had to like explain to somebody who doesn't know what a video game is, what a video game is, in as like distilled a phrasing as possible, Clicker Heroes would fit that description. Now, actual like good video games have more going on than just like click screen number increases. Obviously. I mean, this video game I'm playing right now, it has obstacles, it has failure states, which is very important. Clicker Heroes, it has failure states, as in there is bosses you can fail to beat. So I guess it depends, right? It depends on your definition of a game. But I'd even argue that even if you say a failure state is a necessary thing for a game to be a game, Clicker Heroes still abides by that definition. Because again, there is bosses for which you just need a certain amount of DPS to be able to beat them. This part of the game, I don't like this part of the game just because it's literally trial and error. It's just remembering what to do. And for some reason I remembered what to do. But that is the end. Wow, we're getting close to the actual end of the game here. But yeah, so I am like more than average at susceptibility for like number games. But at the same time, if you have the choice between like having 10 people watch your shit or having 100 watch it, obviously you're going to go for 100 because like, yeah, it is more satisfying to me as a creator to see higher numbers, but it also means that more people like get something out of it, right? And that is also an important thing. I do this because I like doing it, but also because I hope to bring some people some amount of entertainment. And the higher the amount of people that get entertainment out of this, the more useful my time will be spent. So, yeah, I don't really understand why it's such a taboo to care about numbers in like a YouTube space. I guess it stems from the fact that higher numbers for like big channels means more money, and apparently you're not allowed to make money over things you enjoy, because that is some kind of like toxic bullshit that society has decided on at some point. Like, you get money for things you don't enjoy, but if you enjoy something you should just like not get money for it. Coming from somebody that doesn't even like get money from doing this YouTube thing. I've had like 1 or 2 payouts, like $10 of all my ads, like, ever. Maybe a little bit more, actually, because I'm like at 250,000 views over the lifetime of the channel. About like half of which probably were monetized. So, okay, that's just stupid on my part. So that's probably like, okay, maybe I'm close to like $100 over the lifetime of the channel. But that's like over years and years and years of time. So that's like no money whatsoever. But I don't understand. Obviously, like, what is the argument about people being money grabbing being bad? If the quality of the content suffers from it, that is an argument. And obviously, like, I have seen videos, like 5-minute videos for, and we're going to get back into this, with a sponsorship ad for Raid fucking Shadow Legends. And if your video is 5 minutes, and like 2 minutes of it is a sponsorship message from Raid Shadow Legends, you can just go fuck yourself. But that has more to do with like the ratio and as such the quality of content being decreased. I don't mind Raid Shadow Legends as much. Okay, Raid Shadow Legends is a bad example because I actually hate them because they advertise too much. But yeah, long story short, I don't understand why people are so like bitchy about YouTubers making money. Like, at all. And it's also because like the thing that does make me money is something oftentimes people like don't want to pay you for, because like obviously for those of you who don't know somehow still, for a living, I am mostly a video editor, but I like to classify myself as a filmmaker because I'm kind of like doing all things. I like, I'm a writer. I'm also like a cinematographer. I'm kind of a director. I'm kind of an editor. I'm kind of everything. At the moment, I'm mostly doing video editing because there's just like more work in that than anything else, and it's the thing I have most like work to be able to show potential clients for. So, and I like doing that. I do. Oh no, that was almost very bad. I like doing that, but it is an industry where people are like, okay, if you do this for me, I'll pay you an exposure. And anybody who ever wants to pay me an exposure can go fuck themselves, because exposure does not pay the bills. Like, I don't know why it is such that in creative fields, like, I know in photography, in filmmaking, in graphic design, in music production, in all those kinds of fields, all the creative kinds of fields, people, like, try to get away with paying people an exposure. Like, I don't go to a bakery and say, if you give me a loaf of bread, I'll mention you to my friend. That doesn't happen. You wouldn't accept that. Nobody would accept that. I'd get so much shit for saying that. And honestly, that does sound like a very fun hidden camera video. But for some reason, like, the only people that care about that being said to them, or being said at all, nobody cares when a photographer is asked to do a wedding for a friend. Like, oh, well, you do that for a living, right? You can take photos of my wedding or my birthday party or my child's birthday party or whatever. And then I'm like, yeah, I can. That'll be $1,000. And they're like, what? No. And I'm like, okay, enjoy not having photos. Because honestly, if like family or friends ask me to do so, if friends ask me to do so, most of my friends can probably like take care of it themselves. Though you're not going to do the photography for your own wedding, I understand. None of my friends are getting married anytime soon anyway. Or your own birthday, but like, For family related, god damn it. You can't damage boost through that, I forgot. For family related stuff, I had my grandma's birthday the other day, and I was like, okay, I'll take photos, but I offered that. Nobody asked me, I offered that. And typically I'm a filmmaker, not a photographer. So taking photos I do for free, and I probably wouldn't even charge ever for that. Because I am not a photographer. And honestly, I should, because plenty of photographers out there also offer video services, which fucking suck like 9 out of 10 times, because you're a photographer, not a videographer. Fuck off out of my market. So I probably should just do it the other way around as well. If people ask me, can you take photos? I probably should just do it. I don't get asked that much, but yeah. So, well, how did we even get to this topic? I entirely forgot. Oh yeah, doing what you like means that you don't have to get paid. That is total fucking bullshit. And I feel like I'm like kind of preaching to the choir on this one, because that's the flip side of having like a very small community like around this channel, right? It's a very, very small community. It's one of the smallest communities probably you can imagine, and still have it be a community, because it's a very like very small amount of people. And as a result, I know pretty much everybody who comments on these videos, and everybody in the Discord, I pretty much know them. I know who is who, I know who acts a certain way and whatever, and I know who is into the Kingdom Hearts stuff as well, and who isn't, and I know who likes Pokemon, which is everybody, and I know that kind of stuff. With a larger audience, with a larger community, you kind of like start to lose track of that on an individual basis, and like there will still always be people you recognize, but that's going to be like, if you've got 1 million subscribers, you're not going to know all 1 million of them. That being said, I have 1,500, and I don't know all 1,500 because not all 1,500 watch. But of the like active people that watch, if you have like 1 million subscribers, you still get like thousands of comments a video. You're not going to remember and recognize all of those thousands of people. So there's a certain charm to having smaller communities, and that I do enjoy to a certain extent. And as a result of that, I know that probably like everybody watching here is going to agree with me that, yeah, it's kind of stupid that people think that if you like something, you shouldn't get paid for it. That's just a weird mindset, and I don't know where it came from. But I'd like to hear your opinion on it. And can I skip the credits? I cannot skip the credits. So I need to keep talking, because I don't know if something happens after the credits, but we're already in World 6 as far as like these things go. And I think it shows like a screenshot of every level, and then we'll be done. So that has been New Super Mario Bros. DS. I probably should like end of the series a little bit as well. I like this game. I really do. I also think that this game is a little bit on the easy side, and that is perfect for a game where you just want to like talk and just ramble on and just have a little bit of fun, and not focus on the game too much. Over the last couple of episodes, like last 5 episodes, I did a little bit more like silence and focusing on the game in certain parts, because obviously it is the later part of the game and things get a little bit more tricky in spots, but by and large, it's a fairly easy game. I wonder if you actually get the screenshots for World 5, World 4 and World 7 if you don't go to them. It's a very good question. It might only show all the levels you've completed, because certain levels I did not complete. Now I think about it. So let's check actually, because I know there's going to be one level here soon which I did not complete, which I think is the next. I think it only shows the levels you completed. It's very interesting. Anyway, so as I said, this is going to be the last like proper Let's Play for the time being. There's still going to be Pokemon through the years, don't get me wrong. That's going to stay for a while, because we're not losing it anytime soon, but we're not anywhere near the end of it either. So that's going to like stay around for a while, and it's going to be a constant on the channel. But as far as side series goes, the days this gets uploaded, you might have noticed the upload times also changed. I might have made an update video about that, I might not have, I don't know yet, because this is being recorded before March begins, but from like March 2nd onwards, Monday, March 2nd, I think, all video uploads got pushed back 2 hours because that allows me to like have a proper dinner time and then also stream at a time before the videos go up. Otherwise it overlaps and I'm like cannibalizing my own views. So the Mario slots will go to... Oh yeah, you can play as Luigi! I forgot about that! You can play as Luigi. It shows you here in the end screen. I'll show you that real quick. It will go to Spotlight videos. So those videos won't be like... they won't be part of like a long series. Every single video will be a... on itself standing piece of media, which means that they'll be more watchable if you don't watch them all. They'll be more searchable. They are... And I enjoyed making them. Let's be frank here, because this is how this entire thing started. Did not want to do that. Let me go. Let me go. I want to go. Fucking stupid controller. I want to show you Luigi. I want to show you Green Mario. No, I don't want to save. Oh, when you complete the game, by the way, you can save anytime you want. That's real nice. So L, R, and... Wrong L and R. L, R, and A. I think that then gives you Luigi as playable character, which is just kind of like a nice little touch. So let's go through the first level here as Luigi, just to show you. Also, there's a mini mushroom house there. That would have been fucking nice to know earlier. And we can also do Mega Luigi, which is fun. So yeah, there is a certain rationale there pertaining to like stats. As I said, those Spotlight videos are a lot more like findable through search engines, and that does, at the end of the day, like bring in more potential new views and stuff. But I also just like taking a look at new games, because I've been kind of stagnant in the games I've been playing lately, and I think the Spotlight kind of like fixes part of that as well. I'm so glad that you actually gave these little boxes here as well. So that's Luigi, just so you could see that. That's been the series, and we're going to do spotlights in this place, and the scheduling in for this channel is going to be a little bit all over the place over the coming like month or 2 months. But I'm just like trying to figure out how to make things work with each other, and I'll probably be like kind of a little bit going with the flow as I see patterns, and like if you don't want me to do spotlights, you're just not gonna watch them, and I'm going to pick up on that, and at some point like notice nobody likes these and nobody's finding them through Google search, because obviously everybody watching right now, if you don't watch but like 1,000 people a video find a video and watch that, the stats are still going to say that I probably should be keeping those up. So I understand that it's a complicated matter. Let's keep it like that. And if you want to talk more about that, please do join me in the live streams I've been doing lately, because that's been a lot of fun, and that's an easier way to talk about it. Or like join the Discord, link down below in the description. But honestly, this is the last episode of the series, and you've watched to the end of the last episode, which was like 30 minutes long, it looks like. So you're probably already in the Discord. See ya whenever with the next video, whatever it might be. Until then, I'm Vlogger. You've been awesome, as always. Bye. I hit the microphone.